Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hey, everyone. How you doing? I am live on YouTube as well as Instagram. How's everybody feeling today? Hi, everybody. We're going to be talking about all things psychic mediumship today. Let me set myself up a little better here. There we go. That's a lot better. Hi. Thank you so much. How you guys doing? Oh, no. I don't want you to be feeling terrible, but the energy is really intense. So I completely get it if you're not feeling well. Hello. Hey, everybody. So today I'm going to be answering questions about psychic mediumship and the spirit realm. So feel free to leave any of your questions in the comments, or you can leave them. There's like a little question bubble. You can leave it there as well. Oh my gosh, this is your first time seeing one of my lives. I love that. Welcome. Welcome. We like to hang out here. We chill. It's super casual. And we just talk and we chat. Let's talk about being conceited. Okay, what is that? What does that mean to you? What an odd thing to talk about. I like to talk about beautiful things. Okay, let's see. The first question, are our loved ones near us all the time? All the time. Definitely. That is something that I feel often. I can see and feel them around people all the time. I think that a lot of us don't really slow down and take the time to feel how we feel and to notice things around us. We're always very busy. We're always very worried. And if you're in fight or flight, it is nearly impossible to connect to the spirit realm because it's very subtle. Everything is through feeling. This is so cool that we have so many people that have never been to one of my lives before. Welcome. Welcome. Do I ever get drained from all the energy? Girl, that's my middle name. Tired is my middle name. All the time. I'm always exhausted, yeah. Especially because of my work. It makes me very depleted. So yeah, I get tired all the time from the energies. Yes, okay. So Mina says, is anyone else finding they're having more experiences this year? I'm feeling like I'm starting to find out I have psychic abilities. So I'm going to share with you something that my spirit guides told me in 2019 when my gifts first came online. They told me that eventually everybody's going to go through a spiritual awakening and everybody will be like me. And I was like me? What does that mean? And they said, everybody will be psychic and it will be scary for people. And they told me that I'm supposed to help people go through the process and teach them what it's like. So I'm not surprised that everybody is starting to become a little bit more psychic and a lot more intuitive. It's just going to happen. I've also seen or been taught that we used to be a lot more psychic, but we evolved out of that. And so now we're kind of going back to being very psychic. So if you think about it, if everybody in the world became psychic and became an empath, then there would be nobody being mean to each other because everybody can feel everybody's emotions and the world would completely change into just a totally different place. So that's kind of like the concept of New Earth that people talk about. That's where we're heading. And yes, everybody. But it's not like one day you wake up and you're psychic. It's like you have to heal yourself. You heal, you go through ego deaths, awakenings. The earth is going through her own ego death and awakening. And so that's why we see so much chaos and we see so much just like crazy shit. Honestly, it's just crazy. Yes, I do have a purple light behind me. It's not your imagination. Let's see. Let me situate myself. Are reality shifting permanently? Isn't it always shifting? Isn't it always shifting? Think about it. Reality is always shifting. It's always moving. It's always shifting. It's always changing. And I don't think anything is permanent, to be completely honest. In addition to energy cleansing baths, what are the best ways to cleanse your aura? So I'm going to tell you what I do that really works for me. Obviously, energy cleansing baths. I rest a lot. I rest so much. So the cool thing about my job is I work like 1 to 2 hours a day, but recovery wise, I'm in bed for maybe 2 to 3 hours after that. And then I have to move my body. So somatic movements. Water is very helpful. Like you said, the energy cleansing baths. I do Pilates a couple times a week. That really helps me move the energies out of my body. Also, grounding, spending time in nature, honestly, just like laying on the grass and asking the earth to take any dense energy from you. And you can literally feel it leaving your body. It's pretty awesome. She's your friend. The earth is here to help you. Yes, Tai Chi is really amazing as well. Let's see. There are so many questions here. Hold on one second. The storms are much worse. Yes. And it's going to be chaotic. The energy, the weather's going to be weird because the earth is changing. So we're going to see lots of volcanoes, lots of floods, lots of just weird shit. But you don't have to worry. Everything's going to be okay. What about the people that don't believe this? Will they go to the fifth dimension as well? Don't think of it as a place you go. It's more of an energy that you embody. It doesn't matter if they believe it or not. Everything is shifting. So there's like different waves of people that are waking up. So it started in 2020 with COVID and now the election. And that's going to wake a lot of people up as well. So everybody's just going to be going through it. Is there a course that you study when you went through your awakening to develop your gifts, or was it all driven by your spirit guides? This is a great question. Okay. So for me, when I first went through my awakening, I had no idea what was happening to me. I kind of had an idea that I had gifts, but they were very faint, like in the background. And then I went through my awakening and everything opened up very, very rapidly. It was like the gates opened and I could see dead people, hear dead people, see people's thoughts, see their trauma, feel their trauma. I was seeing the future. It was really scary for me. So my spirit guides taught me how to use my gifts to help others, how to deal with the things that I was seeing and experiencing. And what I did for you guys was create a class with literally everything I have learned from 2019 until now. And that's my masterclass. So if you want the link to my masterclass and a discount code, just comment gifts and I will send you the link straight to your inbox. GIFTS, gifts. Don't be scared. Okay, so I know it's scary. That's one of the things that I wanted to talk about. So when I first started, I was really scared too because I didn't understand. It was very confusing for me. Let me connect really quick to a train of information. The fear. Okay. So it was very scary for me. I remember the first time I had an experience with a negative entity that was attached to someone. And oh my God, it scared the shit out of me. I was so scared. I remember jumping into the shower and cleansing myself and I was crying. I was like, oh, please help me, protect me. And they were like, why are you freaking out? Those things don't like you. They are afraid of you. And I was like, oh, okay. So the next time I encountered a dark entity, I was like, I know you don't like me. You're scared of me. I'm going to tell you to get out of here. Go away and leave me alone. And it kind of looked at me and it was like, I can't get anything out of this one. And it just went away. So what I have learned through all of this time is that there is nothing that can hurt you. You have your own spiritual authority as well. So you are not just a human being. I think society likes to make us think that we're like one of a billion ants in the world, like we're tiny and we don't matter. But you are a very powerful soul inside of a body, and you have spiritual authority and you have free will. I think that learning about how the spirit realm works, learning about your authority, learning about your free will, it kind of removes all of the fear from you, because once you understand that it's not like how it is in the movies, you cannot be possessed, nothing can hurt you, nothing can like get into your body. You're like, oh, this isn't really scary at all. So this is also something I teach about in my class. My clairaudience stopped back in December after hearing rites of passage. At that, I was on my own. I noticed now I hear it in my own voice. Why? Can you do me a favor and explain that to me a little bit more? Jessica says, how do you learn to protect your own energy so you don't absorb the energies and feelings of others? I'm learning how to use my gifts, but sometimes it's hard to protect my own energy. Okay. So let's talk about this. Instead of thinking that you need to you don't need to protect your energy. Your energy just exists. It doesn't need to be protected. I think the way that you look at it maybe needs to shift a little bit. So you're going to feel things. You're always going to feel things. Just because you feel things doesn't mean you need to be protected from those things that you feel, right? So I'm going to talk about my own experience. So I will feel, maybe it's something I don't like, right? But if I feel something I don't like, it's coming from somewhere. It belongs to someone else usually, unless, I'm going through my own crap and then I feel my own emotions, right? But if I'm feeling, for example, if I'm doing a session for somebody and I feel a negative emotion, I know that that negative emotion doesn't belong to me. It belongs to that person. And so instead of being like, ugh, I don't like this, why do I feel like this? I just understand that I am an antenna, and emotion is energy. Feelings are energy. So I'm picking up a signal of that, a frequency of that emotion. My body is a sensory perception tool. So you're going to feel things, but it's just your perception. It's not that you need to protect yourself from feeling. You just need to understand that your body is a tool of perception. So if you perceive it, feeling is perceiving. So when you feel it, you say, oh, this is weird. This is interesting. And you say, who does this belong to? You got to ask yourself, instead of saying, oh, I don't like that I'm feeling this way. Don't take that as your own. Don't claim that as your own. It's not yours. So you say, ask yourself, where is this coming from? And when I ask myself where it's coming from, my brain will show me a person or a memory that belongs to a person or something that someone is feeling, right? So you have to ask, always investigate. Your body is a tool of perception. And when you start to ask it questions, it will communicate with you. Also something I teach in my class. So if you do want to learn more about all of this stuff, just comment gifts and I will send you the link so that way you can get the class and learn literally everything that I'm talking about. Why does energy feel like a sticky feeling? This is such a great question. I was talking to my partner about this yesterday. I was trying to explain it to him because he's a little bit like me, but not as much. So I don't know if you guys have ever, oh no, okay, yes, this is a great way to explain it. So when I'm working with someone, there's like an imprint. I don't know if you guys ever gone to the club and got a little stamp on your hand so that you can like drink or not drink. So you get a little stamp on your hand, right? And that stamp, it's kind of hard to get it off. It takes maybe a day or two for the stamp to come off. So that's kind of like how it is for me. When I work with a person, their energy gets stamped onto me, and that's how I can feel all of their feelings, see all of their memories. I can see what they experienced as a child. I pretty much can see and feel everything. And then After that, I need to go take an energy cleansing bath and spend some time outside. If I don't, then the stamp of their energy that it feels sticky, it takes me maybe a day or two for it to completely go away. What really, really helps is to feel the feelings completely. So if I feel somebody's sadness inside of me and I talked to them 2 hours ago, I need to feel the sadness. Maybe I need to cry. Maybe I need to go to the earth, grab on the grass, and I'm like, help me out, girl. And I cry, and boom, it's gone. So the expression of the emotion as well, even if it's not yours, crying, even screaming, jumping around, moving your body, that's what the somatic release really helps with, moving your body around. It will release that from you. But sometimes energy can be sticky, especially if you name it as your own. You don't want to claim it. So if you claim it as your own, it's not going to leave. It will take a while for it to leave. Also resting. A lot of us are like human transmuters, and we need to rest. So it's kind of like, when it rains and the ground gets very wet and then the sun comes out and the sun hits the water and then the water goes like this, the vapors come up. It's kind of like that. So when you rest, the vapors of that energy kind of rise off of you. I'm so happy you guys are enjoying this. I do my best to explain it with analogies so that way because we can all understand water vapor. So if you can understand that, then you can understand how it feels to release energy. Can my soul decide to take on someone's sickness to help them? When you say sickness is a result of energy. It's always trapped energy. So that's literally what I do for my job. I take on energy that is not mine and I feel it. And then, of course, they feel better. They're like, oh, I feel so much lighter. And I'm like, great, I got all your shit on me. But it's okay. It's just my job. I've been doing it forever. And it just kind of rises off. Why is our energy so important? Because you are energy before you are physical. You cannot be physical. If you don't have energy, you will be dead. You will be a dead body. So energy, in my opinion, is so much more important even than our physical bodies. Like they're not separate. It's all one. Let's see, I'm looking at these questions here. How do you release others' energy after you connect? First, my number one most important thing that I will always recommend to everybody 24/7 is energy cleansing baths or showers. And yes, the ocean is just as powerful. I mean, ideally, we can all run and jump in the ocean, but it's not possible for all of us. But if you have access to that, definitely do it. Oh, thank you so much. You know what's funny? I actually used to be a makeup artist. I used to be a makeup artist for a really long time. And that was a very big experience for me that kind of taught me that I was different from other people. So I remember being a makeup artist. It was my dream, right? So it was my dream and I did it. And I was making so much money. I remember this one specific day, I had like 12 clients. I made over $1,000 in a couple of hours. I was like, yes, this is incredible. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. But I went home and I got in bed and I screamed and cried for like 3 hours. And I was so upset with myself. I couldn't figure out why I was so miserable. And I was saying, there's something wrong with me. What is wrong with me? I'm living my dream. I'm making money doing exactly what I want. There's something wrong with me. Little did I know, all of those lovely clients got makeup, but they also got an energy cleansing. So I left that appointment for all those people, and I took all of their energy with me. And I just didn't know that I needed a bath. If I would have taken a bath, I would have been fine. But that was a big sign for me that I, have psychic gifts. Pretty crazy, right? I have so many wild stories like that. How to navigate as a highly sensitive and empath with an unawakened family. This is a good question. It really depends. It depends, right? Because if they are super toxic, I personally have a very toxic family. I don't really talk to any of them because um, they lack accountability. And I'm a very like keep it real kind of person. So if somebody hurts my feelings, I will say, "Hey, that was not very nice of you to say and do." But if somebody lacks accountability, they'll try to turn it around on you and make it seem like it's your fault, and that's not something I'm willing to deal with. So I don't really talk to them. It's been very difficult. And I love them very much, but I love myself more. And it took me 30 something years to get to this point, but I prioritize my peace and my energy over any relationship with anyone. If they are nice and they're just asleep, you can love them anyway. You can love them anyway. It's not your job to wake them up, meet them where they are, and give them love and, maybe limit your time with them so you don't pull your hair out. How can I connect again when I haven't fully connected in so long? Well, one thing that I do want you to know is that you can never be disconnected. There's no way to be disconnected because you are spirit. If you want to feel more connected, that's different. I recommend starting energy cleansing baths every day. I know it is a commitment, but you deserve it. And if it's something that you want, you have to work for it, just like you have to work for anything else. I also recommend spending time in silence, in isolation by yourself, because if you want to connect to the universe, you need to connect to yourself. And also in my class, I literally teach you exactly how to bring your gifts online with practical steps. It is very, the way that I explain things is exactly how I explain things in my class. So if you would like to learn step by step exactly how to do it, comment gifts and I'll send you the link. And also, when I send you the link, I send you a discount code. So you get a little gift there. How were you able to level up shielding yourself? What happened after they're picking up all the clients' energies and emotions? I don't shield myself. I don't. Um, I if I'm in a place, well, I'll give you an example. I wear sunglasses a lot when I go out, and my son calls it my comfort item. But I wear sunglasses a lot because I connect to people's energy through making eye contact. So I will wear sunglasses a lot if I'm going to the store and I don't have any energy. I don't make eye contact with anybody. Do people think it's rude? Maybe. I don't care. I want to feel good. I want to protect my energy. So I won't make eye contact with people. And I think that's fine. Another thing I do if I'm going to Target, for example, and I don't want to be depleted and feel people's energy. If I have the energy, I don't shield. I don't really shield. If I'm feeling good and I'm feeling full of energy, I don't really shield myself because I feel like I want to share my beautiful energy with people. I want to help people. But if I'm very, very tired, I call it the egg technique, also something that I teach in my class. I imagine that my energy body is an egg and I make the outside hard like an eggshell through visualization and intention. And then, or I create a little rainbow bubble and nobody can get in it. It's great. Sometimes my body does that by itself when it detects yucky energy coming my way. So after doing it intentionally for a while, my energy just does it on its own now. Excuse me. Any hints on how to connect with my past father? Not fully tapped in, but I have some knowledge. Yes, this is great. This is also something I talk about in my class, but I'm happy to share it with you. Um, how to, okay, make him an altar and make his favorite food. Make him his favorite food. You need to forgive yourself. If there's anything around your father's death or around your relationship with him that you feel regret, sadness, remorse, guilt, shame, any of it, you have to let that go if you want to feel his presence and connect with him. I know this is not easy, but you have to purge and let it go and forgive yourself because they live in a very high frequency. So when you pass, and yeah, I got chills all over. When you pass and you go to heaven or to into the void with source, with God, there is nothing there but unconditional love. Everything is interconnected, and it is all interconnected through love. Okay. So if you have shame and guilt and you're sad and you haven't made peace with it, you're very far away from the frequency that he's at. So you have to uh, create love in your heart. You have to have that feeling of unconditional love and oneness, not only for him, but for yourself. And then you will be able to feel his presence. So create the altar. You need to do energy cleansing baths as well. And then work on releasing all of those things. And then talk to him. Sit in front of the altar and say, "Hey, Dad, I miss you so much. I really want to feel your presence. Help me do that. Let me know if there's anything that I can do to do that because I miss you and I want to feel you around." And remember, it's not a one and done. And don't get frustrated. We got to stay in the energy of love. Do it all the time. Do it all the time. Talk to him all the time. He's there. He's listening to you. He hears you. But maybe you can't hear him, and that's okay. You have to get into the frequency of love so that you can hear them. How do you let stuff go? Oh, this is such a great question. I can tell you how it works for me. So through those energy cleansing baths and showers, it really helps me a lot to bring up things that need to be released. So that will help you do that. Not only does it clean your energy, but it cleans the inside of you and your energy centers as well. You let things go by forgiving yourself. Stop being so mean to yourself. Treat yourself like a child because you were a child. And I think for so many of us, we were not treated with kindness and love and respect as children. And so we are mean to ourselves, just like how our parents were mean to us. So what you need to do is reparent yourself and treat yourself as you would an innocent child. So instead of being like, "Oh, that was so stupid. What a stupid choice I made." Be like, "Oh, it's okay. You've been through a lot, buddy. You're going to be all right. I forgive you. Mistakes happen. It's okay. Love yourself and try again next time." That's how you would talk to a child. So talk to yourself like that. The only forgiveness and the only peace that matters is the ones that you feel for yourself, because the way you feel about yourself is what creates your outward reality and your perception. Julia asked, "Do you do past life energy clearing? I feel as though I carry a lot of past life karma and trauma with me." So that is something that kind of naturally comes up and naturally happens in my sessions. It's also, if you feel like it's past life, it's also generational. And that is something that comes up a lot. So I will be able to feel your trapped energy. I can feel where the trapped energy came from. If it's a specific event from your life, or if it's a trauma that comes from your mother, and if it came from her mother. Yeah. So yes, we can work through that together. Does feeling touched very often mean we're psychic? I'm assuming you mean like this. It means you have psychic perception, yeah. But we all have psychic perception, and it shows up in different ways. Mike, I don't know what neuropathy means. Can you explain that to me? I mean, I guess I could Google it, or maybe you can explain it to me. You're welcome, Julia. Oh, another Julian. Oh, Julian. Let us know how you do readings. Yes, I do. They're not really readings. They're kind of like energy processing sessions, but I'm a psychic medium. So I connect to your energy. I feel your physical pain. I feel your emotional pain. I see your trauma. I see and feel what is stuck in your body, and I help you release it. I also connect to your spirit guides, your higher self, your ancestors, angels, the things that help you. And I share information that they want to give to you. Julian, nerve pain. So this is a great question. All physical pain is always energy first. It's always energy first. So if you have trapped energy in your body, eventually it just sits there for so long that it starts to create physical pain. Even this is very interesting. It even happens during accidents. So if somebody has, oh, I will use myself as an example. So my mother had gallstones, and her grandmother had, and her mother, sorry, her mother and grandmother had gallstones. When I turned 18, I got gallstones. And so, what I have learned through my entire life of healing myself is that um, my mother wound lives in my solar plexus. And my mom, her mom, and her mom had a horrible relationship, a lot of abuse. And it just, was really, really bad. And that's something that I'm still healing. I'm still actually working on healing my liver and gallbladder, but it starts as energy first within my body. There was a lot of emotional abuse. And the solar plexus is where the self worth, self esteem, self love, all of that lives. So for me, that stuck energy has manifested as liver and gallstone issues. So if you're having nerve pain in a specific part of your body, that probably started as energy and trauma first. I hope that that's a good explanation for you. How to become a healer if you have anxiety? Another incredible question. Incredible. Okay. So, my entire life, I had horrible anxiety, I'm sorry, let me collect myself. I had social anxiety. I would have panic attacks all the time, and I had terrible depression. And what I learned is, that I'm a psychic medium, and all of those things were just symptoms of my gifts. And I didn't know. I didn't know how to clean my energy. I didn't know how to deal with the energy that I was feeling. A lot of times when I am connecting to people's energy, I feel anxiety in my chest and anxiety in my stomach, but it isn't anxiety, it's energy that I'm feeling. So you probably one have an overworked and overactive nervous system because of trauma. In addition to that, you're feeling other people's energy. You're probably so full of energy that it's making you feel like you need to crawl out of your skin. That's how I felt my entire life. And then I started doing energy cleansing baths and learning how to deal with not only my emotions, but feeling the emotions of others. This is also something that I talk about in my class. So if you want to learn all about how to become a healer, even if you have anxiety, and how your gifts are showing up, and how to recognize what is anxiety and what is actually your psychic senses, you will definitely enjoy my class. So if you would like the information on it, just comment gifts and I will send it to you with a discount code. What does it mean when you're very sensitive to sound and can hear everything around you very clearly, also ringing in the ear to the point of agitation because it's too much sound and sensitivity? Oh, my friend, your gifts are coming online. I have really, really a lot of trouble with sound, with light, um, too many people talking at once. I think that a lot of the symptoms of autism and spiritual gifts overlap. So you're just very sensitive because your gifts are coming online. If your ears are ringing, you're becoming more clairaudient. So how do you deal with it? You avoid very loud sounds. You got to center yourself. Center yourself and breathe through it. If you can get out of the environment that is very loud, then do that. And if not, breathe and center yourself. What I like to do is I imagine that there's this ball of air inside of me. And then I push the air out in a 360 circle and I push all of the energy out of my energy body. That'll help you a lot. But honestly, same, same. You're not alone. And there's nothing wrong with you. You're just becoming more sensitive. I think the energy that is also hitting the planet is making us a lot more sensitive as well. So you're just gifted. How can I book an energy reading session with you? And is it over Zoom? Yes, they're over Zoom. If you want to book a one-on-one session with me, go to the link that's in my bio, and there's a link right there for you, and you can book a session. I am cutting down on one-on-one sessions, so I recommend booking soon if you do want to do a one-on-one with me because they make me very tired and I need a little bit of rest. I want to focus on doing more things like this where I can connect with many people at once and help and educate many people at once. But I do still have one-on-ones available, and you can find it at the link in my bio. Can you feel if someone else has psychic gifts that have not completely come online yet? Yes, I can. I always say it takes one to know one. How often do you have your classes? So this specific class was, I think it was a few months ago, but it's recorded. So it's a 3-hour class that I did. And what you are purchasing is the recording of that. And if you watch it and you have any questions, feel free to send me an email or a DM on Instagram and I will help you with that. So I don't plan on doing another live class just because all of the information is already there for you. And it's a lot cheaper because it's recorded. So I want to make it as accessible as possible for everybody. Oh, yay. Spicy jalapeno. I love your name, by the way. I will definitely do more lives. I enjoy it. It's really fun. And yes, I will put the recording. I'll save it. Were you gifted the priestess recognition or did you claim that for yourself? That is something that came to me. It was, I guess, given to me by my guides, you can say. Everything that I kind of owe everything to my spirit guides. They literally brought me here. So yeah, that was from them. And a high priestess is somebody that moves between different worlds. So I am in the spirit realm and I am here. I am in many different realities at once and I pull information from there and I deliver it to the physical realm so that everybody can learn more about themselves and be empowered and not feel like they are helpless and small here because we're not helpless and small. I Oh, hold on. I saw your recent post and a comment about spiritually trespassing others. I thought it was interesting because I get visions of people at random. I don't go searching for it. It's not in my control. Yeah, I can't control it. It just happens to me. Sometimes I don't want to see and I don't want to know and I don't have a choice. Um, think of it like this. So when you're one with everything, you don't get to pick and choose what you see. You are one with everything. You are one with the universe. You are one with God. And so you perceive things as if you are one with another person. That's what I do for my work. I connect to someone's energy and I have their experiences. I feel them physically. I see them in my mind as if they are my own experiences. And that's because I love everybody and I want to help everybody. So I am one with everybody. I think that the universe has a sort of technology that doesn't allow people that will use their gifts for evil to have those types of gifts. You cannot be one with the universe if you want to hurt somebody and manipulate people. It's not possible. That's an energy of separation. So if we have the ability to see things and know things in that way, we would never use those things to hurt anybody because the only reason why we feel and know those things is because we love them. I hope this makes sense. Any advice on cigarette addiction? How is this having an effect on spiritual gifts? So, well, to use your gifts, you're going to want to detox as much as possible. The more I detox, the stronger my gifts get. So the heavy metals and the bullshit and the chemicals that are in the food, it closes our third eye and it your body is a technology. It's a technology. And if you're putting garbage into the technology, it's not going to work properly. So detoxing is best, but I do want you to work on your trauma because there's a reason why you have an addiction to that. It's usually because you have a self-worth thing, and I had something very similar. It might be around self-worth. It might be around the way that you were treated as a child, that you keep reaching for something to kind of satisfy you and help you to feel better when you're not feeling well. How did you realize the voice you hear in your mind is from your guides? Is it the same as your own voice? This is a lovely question. So many good questions today. So I realized that the voice in my head was not me. Well, first, when my gifts came online, the voices weren't in my head. I was physically channeling. So my spirit guide would jump into my body and talk to me through my own mouth, and I could hear him talking to me. I was in my body, but it felt like I was in the passenger seat of my body and he was in the driver's seat. So first it started like that because I think he knew that I would not believe what was happening to me and that I would think I was crazy and I would check myself into a mental hospital. So he would communicate with me like that at first, and then he stopped doing that and then would start communicating with me through my mind because I could feel his energy, I could hear his voice, and I just knew, I felt it. It was different, it didn't sound like me. And it reminds me of when you're reading a book out loud. I'm sorry, when you're reading a book in your mind, it's kind of like that. You hear the words, right? So it might sound like you, and it's not a sound, it's more of a feeling. Another tip that I can give you is, if you're not sure if it's you or them, go look in the mirror. Because if they're talking to you and you look in the mirror into your own eyes, you're going to see them looking back at you. You're going to feel a presence. So that is what I recommend. I also talk about this so much in my class. So if you do want to learn more about how to do this, just comment gifts and I will send you the link. Yes, I'm definitely going to share this live. Guys, oh, I totally forgot to mention this. Tomorrow I'm doing my gosh, my brain. Tomorrow I'm doing the spiritual awakening support group. So if you guys want to join, go to the link in my bio. Oh, actually, I don't know if it's at the link in my bio. Hold on, let me help you guys out. 1 second here. Let me help you out because I want you guys to be able to join that. It's going to be kind of like this, but we're all just going to share what we're going through, share our experiences. You guys will be able to share and ask me questions because, it's kind of confusing and scary when you're going through a spiritual awakening, and connecting with other people is really helpful because it makes you feel like you're not freaking crazy. Nobody wants to feel crazy. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to find a way to give you guys that link so that you can join if you want to. How do you handle messages that feel like they are being dropped or pushed on you? I just receive them. I receive them and I don't judge them. It can feel intrusive, but it's just, remember, you are a vessel of perception. You are perceiving at all times. Perceiving is not bad. And I think if you have information is coming to you, it's coming for a reason. You don't have to judge it. You don't have to be scared of it. Just receive it. Just, here it is. Okay, weird. All right. And then go on about your day. You don't have to say, oh my God, what does this mean? What's happening? I don't understand. Don't do that. Just let it come to you. Let it come and go. Something that I like to do is write things down, because if I don't, I forget everything. So write down your messages, because a lot of times we get puzzle pieces as we are ready for them. All right, guys, I'm trying to get this together so that I can give you the link for the support group. I'm very happy you guys are enjoying this live. Yes, looking in the mirror, that's interesting. I would think it was bad because sometimes mirrors are portals. You're the portal. It's not the mirror. You are the portal. Your eyes are the portals. There's so many misconceptions about spirituality. It's just so fascinating to me. There's so people just talk about so many different things, and I see it on Instagram and I'm like, that's not true. What a weird way to explain that. And I feel like there's a lot of fear too. There's so much fear, and literally there's nothing to be afraid of. Okay, everybody. Let me see here. Done. Okay. Got it. So if you want the link to join the support group, it's going to be tomorrow. I think it's 1 p.m. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. on Zoom. It's a bi-weekly support group. So it's every other week we get together, we talk. You guys can ask me questions. I will most likely, there will be some messages from your guides or from the universe or whatever, because I can't control it. It just comes when we're all together. So yeah, if you do want to join the support group, not only do you get access to the support group twice a month. Yes, twice a month. You get access to my full moon ceremony. You get access to the course that I was literally just talking about, all of my past classes, all of my guided meditations, literally everything. And it's a monthly subscription. You can cancel at any time if you want to just try it for 1 month. Just comment support and I will send you the link. I think that's it. Yeah, just comment support and I'll send you the link. You can go check it out and look at it and see all the things that you get. But yeah, I wanted to make a package for people that want to consume everything that I have to create, but I like at a pretty good price. You get everything over there. And we get to hang out twice a month and talk about spiritual stuff and talk about what you're going through. You guys get to ask me questions. If you had a weird experience, you can share. And then also, I think it's super cool because everybody that is in the group is literally so kind, so supportive. Everybody's going through the same thing you're going through. So you guys get to make friends. Yes, it's a part of the Patreon community. That's exactly what it is. So we'll be able to connect with each other there. You guys can connect and share information. You guys can share each other's Instagram so you can be besties and you won't feel alone, because I know what it's like to feel alone. I don't think I have a friend in my life that is really that spiritual. Actually, I just made one friend. But in my physical human life, I don't have many. It's really just you and me. It's you guys and me. So thank God for the internet. And we can all connect and be friends. I don't think it's a coincidence that the Great Awakening is happening right now. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can find some more questions. So there's a way to create boundaries with spirits if you're not open to feeling ghosts all the time. Let's see. So I will tell you an experience I had. I think you guys are going to love this story. So I, at the time, had no idea. I had an idea that I felt things. I knew that I felt weird things sometimes, but I did not understand the extent to which I actually had gifts. So at this time, my gosh, when was this? Like 7 or 8, maybe even 9 years ago. I was spending the night at my ex's house. We have a child together. I was at his house. My son was in his little room. And actually, it was his mom's house. So I am there. I'm laying down. The lights are all off. I'm getting ready to go to sleep. And I literally feel a body standing next to the bed staring at me. Just somebody looking at me like this. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I said to my ex, I was feeling it. And I'm like, is this my mind? It was so intense, like as if a physical person was standing there. And so I was like, hey, is your house haunted? And he was like, oh, yeah, you'll be fine. And I was like, oh my God, you got to tell people that. You can't just invite people over here. If your house is freaking haunted, you got to like give a warning. And I was like, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? So at the time I couldn't hear them because I was afraid. I couldn't hear them. I didn't know. I was so scared. So in my mind, I said to the spirit, I said, I'm sorry I'm in your space. I'm just going to go to sleep. And when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to leave. I'm really, really sorry I'm here. Don't worry about me. I apologize. Please leave me alone. I went to sleep, whatever. And I woke up in the morning. Now, I can literally talk to them. What I've learned is that there is no dead person, no spirit of someone that has passed that is mean or evil in any way. They're not mean, they're not evil, and we don't have to be scared of them. I've never met a ghost I didn't like, to be completely honest with you. They're all so kind. I always say I like dead people more than living people because living people don't understand. Like, there's such a separation. They don't understand how they hurt people. But people that have passed can see everything. They go through their life review and they're like, oh man, I wasn't the nicest person when I was alive. I was mean to this person. I probably should have been kinder to my wife. And I wish I could, go back and do it again and be better. So I never met a dead person I didn't like. Also something I talk about in my class. But yeah. And so what I do if I'm not in the mood, so another thing that has happened to me is when I go to the thrift store. I remember going to the thrift store. I think I was like 21 and it was so cute, this thrift store. I'm walking through it with my boyfriend at the time and I start to feel a presence like right next to me. And I got so scared. I ran as fast as I could out of that place because I was so terrified. I didn't know what was happening. So I always felt them, but my own fear made me run away from my gifts. So now, the last time I went to the thrift store, I love thrift stores, by the way. So the last time I went, I was parked in the car, and before I went into the thrift store, I said out loud, I announced to all the spirits in there because the spirits are attached to their objects. Hi, Laura. So the spirits are attached to their possessions and their objects. So before I went in there, I said, hey guys, I love you. I love you all. You're all incredible and beautiful, but I'm not working today. I want to go shopping. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to feel your energy. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in a place to do that for you today. And so I went in and I could feel them. And it felt like they were 10 to 20 feet away from me as if they were shoppers in the store. So it felt as if they were shopping, but they were far away from me. So they were walking around, but they didn't get near me and they didn't try to talk to me. So remember, you have power. You get to decide your experience. So if you don't want to feel dead people, you just say, I'm not in the mood to do that right now. I don't feel like it. But just know that they're so kind and they're so loving. Like, they just want somebody to talk to. They imagine walking around on earth and you can't, nobody can see you and you're lonely and you're bored and you're like, hello, somebody pay attention to me. And then they see somebody because they know when you can hear them. You look different to them than how other people look. They showed me like a sea of people in black and white. And the people that can hear them are lit up. They're lit up. They're very bright. So they come to us and they're like, hey, can you hear me? I need your help. A lot of times spirits are stuck. There are a lot of earthbound spirits that can't pass because they are angry at themselves or they don't feel that they deserve to go to heaven or to go into the afterlife. And so they get stuck. So I have helped a few spirits cross over. I don't recommend doing that unless you're experienced, but it is very possible to do. Mina says, it's funny, since I've been watching you, I feel like someone's touching my arm like 4 times. What is happening? So this is also really cool. So right now we are in each other's energy. You're in my energy and I'm in your energy. And when you connect to someone's frequency that does have gifts, it's almost like you piggyback on their frequency and then you are able to access some of the information that they're able to access. So if you guys are feeling weird, having ear ringing, feeling things right now, it's because you're connected to my energy and I am connected to the universe, to the spirit realm. How old are you? I'm 36. Have you ever met a graveyard keeper? Ooh, love this question. So, 2 of my spirit guides are actually the guardians of the gates between life and death. So, yes, I'm related to them. They're my friends. They're very kind, they're so loving. Death is not a punishment. Death is beautiful. It's just like birth, just backwards. Oh my gosh, spicy jalapeno, we're birthday twins or we're age twins. I just love your name, it's so funny. How can I tell if I'm feeling someone else's energy or my own? Okay, this is a many part question. This is something that I teach you in the class. So if you do want the class, comment gifts and I'll send that to you. I will try to give you my best explanation as quickly as possible. You need to really know yourself. You need to really know yourself and spend time with yourself in isolation so you know your baseline frequency. You know how you feel. This is why energy cleansing baths are very important. You will never know what your baseline frequency is. You will never know what your emotions are until you start to clean your energy body. You have to. If you want to have gifts and use your gifts, you need to practice energy cleansing. It's extremely important. Everybody needs to do it, honestly. And it's very important for kids as well. So if you know your baseline frequency and you start to feel a yucky emotion, you have to explore it. So let's say, for example, if I feel something in my chest and it feels heavy, it doesn't feel good, I will connect to it. And I say, okay, body, what's up? I know this isn't mine. Where is this coming from? I ask the question. My brain will show me who it belongs to. So I'll give you an example. So if I go to the mall and I'm walking around the mall and I make eye contact with somebody and that somebody gives me a heebie jeebie or makes me feel kind of weird, I will, after that, I feel a heaviness in my chest, right? And I'm in the mall, so I am not in a place to understand what that is. So I go home and I feel weird and I'm like, ugh, this is yucky. I don't know. I don't like this feeling. A lot of times I feel it in my stomach. I get knots in my stomach. And so I connect to it. I'm like, what is this about? And my brain will show me the moment that I made eye contact with that person. And I'm like, oh shit, that's not mine. Okay. I go take an energy cleansing bath. Poof, good as new. I talk so much more about this in the class. It is the psychic mediumship and the spirit realm masterclass. If you comment gifts, I will send it to you. There was some questions in here. Sorry, let me scroll down. Any advice on working with a graveyard or death keepers? Strong pull. Yeah, make them an altar. So mine, his name is Papa Legba or Elewa. That is my spirit guide. He's amazing. He's so cool. He just wants you to try your best and he will be there to help you in any way. He's like the coolest, most chill guy. He's like the fun, silly grandpa energy, but also he means business. He's a fierce protector. I am trying so hard to get to all your questions. I'm sorry if I'm missing them, guys. If I'm missing your questions, just comment again, please. Thank you so much. Gosh, you guys are nice. Been walking around sober and feeling like I'm high. What's happening? The energy, bestie. It's the energy. Literally, my boyfriend tells me that all the time. He's like, I feel freaking high right now. It's the energy. It's so high vibrational. It makes you feel high. Um, I don't know if any of you have done mushrooms before, but if you microdose mushrooms, that's how I feel all the time. I see the fractals. I feel the very intense feelings. Like the earth tells me it loves me. That's exactly what it's like to be super psychic. But yeah, it's energy. Am I Spanish? I'm so many things. I'm a mutt, but I grew up in a Cuban household. So I consider myself Hispanic. Yeah. Isabella says, I've been so angry lately. You need to connect with yourself and ask yourself about that. Why am I angry? Most likely you're angry because of things that have happened to you in the past and the way people have treated you. And that's valid. It's okay to be angry. Don't push that away. Don't try to make it go away. Sit with it, feel it, cry if you need to, scream if you need to. Breath work really helps with that. How can I learn the name of my spirit guide? I recommend connecting. Let's see. How do you know that? Well, first, names are a very human thing. We want to name everything, but a lot of them don't have names. They just go by energy. So when you connect to their energy, you can ask them, well, what do you want me to call you? My spirit guide wants me to call him Papa. That's his name. That's what I always call him. And I call my spirit mom, I just call her mom. So we like to give things names. It's a very human concept. But if you want to connect with them, I have a guided meditation that will probably help you do that. It's the connecting with your spirit guides meditation. Go to the link in my bio, it's there. It helps. You might have to do it a few times. You can do it as many times as you want to, but at first you will feel their energy. I think, Laura, can you share with people your experience with the meditation, please? Because I think you said the last time you did it, you were able to feel them with you. I hope you're still here. I don't know if you left. Okay, let's see. She will give us a response soon. I'm sure she's typing it out right now. Okay, let's see the question. What do I do if I can't make a decision on something? Let's see. Well, if you are going back and forth on a decision, a lot of people come to me with this issue. They're like, I don't know what to do. And then I feel into their energy and I'm like, yes, you do. You know what to do. But we have this resistance. We have resistance because usually what we need to do, we don't want to do because it doesn't feel good. I always say, connect to your heart, ask your heart, what do you want to do? Because this is where God lives. God lives here, not here. Information comes through here, but God lives here. So connect to your heart and say, what do I want to do? What feels the best to me? Not what do I feel obligated to do? What does everybody else want me to do? How can I make everybody else happy? How can I avoid criticism? How can I avoid people being angry with me? All of those things need to go to the trash. None of that matters. You need to do what's right for you. What is right for you is right for everybody, even if it causes confusion or they don't like it. It's still the right thing. Okay, Laura is talking about the spirit guide meditation. I've connected with Seraphim and my Native American guide as clear as day. I love that. The Seraphim had my whole body vibrating and I just saw eyeballs and then they sat me down and I was blissed. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Laura. So that was her experience with the connecting with your spirit guides guided meditation. That's at the link in my bio also if you guys want that one. That is also, you get that as a part of the support group if you join the support group. I love that. Laura, I'm so happy that you're having these experiences because I know that it's something that you wanted. Isn't it so cool that when you want something and you work for it, you literally get it? That's how it works. That is how the universe works. Okay, last summer I had a near-death experience. I have not felt the same or like myself since. Do you feel like it was possible for part of us to die? Yes. Yes, I had that experience myself. I had I guess you can call it a near-death experience. In 2019, and a part of my soul left my body and died and went with God. And then another part of me, it was like my ego, it wasn't even my ego. It was literally, it felt like a soul swap. And that is very possible for that to happen. Um, Embrace this new version of yourself. If you're here for a reason. It's beautiful. I know it's confusing, but you get to create a life around this new version of yourself and it will be better than it ever was before. So don't be afraid. It's okay to feel like that. You're being born again, literally. And that's what the resurrection is. The story of Christ, the resurrection of his body and him coming back. It's actually rebirth. And we're all going through it because we're all going to embody Christ consciousness. And that's how the earth is made new. Any way you can explain timeline jumping, like out of the blue, not attempting to. Okay. So I'm going to talk about my experience with timelines because it's completely different than what everybody else explains. I think a lot of people talk about timeline jumping, but that's not the way they talk about it. It doesn't really resonate with me. So, um, for me, timeline jumps only occur when you make a choice or learn a lesson. Then you jump an octave into a different type of reality. It looks the same, it feels different. Soul swap, do you think someone badly intentioned can steal a part of you? No, not possible at all. Remember, you are a sovereign being. Nobody can take anything from you. You can give it away, but they cannot take it from you. Okay, let's see. Yes, you can find this live in my feed. I'm going to save it. My gosh, we've been doing this for an hour and 5 minutes. Time is flying. We're having a great time. What if I want to leave my job but don't have the means at the moment to step away, or at least seeing the path to leave? Set the intention. Set the intention, have a chat with the universe, say, I'm sick of this shit. I want to get out of here. Help me out. What do I need to do? Give it 3 days. You'll receive an answer or a sign. And when you get it, go for it. Don't be scared. Because if you hate it and you don't like it, you're not supposed to be there. It means something is pulling you away from that. And if something is pulling you away from it, that means that same thing that's pulling you away from it will find something better for you to do, something different that is more aligned with you. And you have to trust that force. That force, that desire is God. And it's not easy because it's not supposed to be easy. Learning the earth school is not easy. It's very hard, but it's possible for you to do it. Is it okay to have a partner who's not into spiritualism? Of course. All you need is somebody to love you and support you and respect you. That's all that matters, to be completely honest with you. Because my partner isn't like me. He's spiritual, he supports me, but he's not as spiritual as I am. But he is a great person and he loves me. And that's all that matters. You're not necessarily meant to be with someone like you. You're meant to be with someone that will help you grow and will love you. Okay, guys, I'm almost done here. I've worn myself out. If you do want the class, comment, gifts, literally everything that I've talked about and so much more in detail is in that class. So if you want to learn how to use your gifts, learn how to bring your gifts online, learn how to not be afraid of your gifts, learn how to communicate with your spirit guides, literally everything that I wish I would have known in 2019 when my gifts came online is what is in that class. So if you would like to learn all of the above, that's where it is. If you guys want to join my support group, that is tomorrow at 1 p.m. is bi-weekly comment support, and I will send you the link to join the group. I will be there. We're going to be chatting. It's going to be a good old time. We'll talk about all of our spiritual experiences. We will ask each other questions. We will support each other. It's going to be great. I hope you guys enjoyed this live. Also, all of those same links are in my bio. So if you were not able to get the link, you can just go to my bio. The link in my bio has everything listed there for you. Laura says, I just want to say that I haven't listened to the class yet, but having the Patreon membership saved me. I love the meditations and baths and the community. Thank you so much for sharing, Laura. I love that. I'm so happy that you're enjoying it. It's so important to me to provide lots of value to you guys. I want you to feel like you're not alone because I know what it feels like to feel alone. And I don't want anybody to feel that way. So I'm really happy that I can provide that for all of you. Okay, friends. I will see those of you that are coming to the support group tomorrow at 1 p.m. Sending you all lots and lots of love. I hope you learned something here today with me, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys. Bye, everybody.